So, have you ever had a curiosity of what it's like to take care of a hedgehog? If so, keep on watching. So, a little bit of history about my hedgehog. He is an animal rescue. I did rescue him from his previous owners who did try to get rid of him, so I jumped into action and took him with me. I'm guessing he's about 2 to 3 years old. I'm not 100% sure. Their lifespans is up to 5 years, so it's going to be a mystery to me of how old he is. Another thing about him is that his personality is crazy. He can be very sweet and very gentle to you one day, and another day he can be very aggressive and rude. So that's why I named him Chili. Another thing about him is that he is an African pygmy hedgehog. I thought he was albino, but I don't think he is, so that's another mystery to me. So yeah. Okay, so the first thing I do every morning is making sure my hedgehog was okay last night. So by doing so, I just go ahead and check in, go into his cage, kind of shake him up a little bit. If he huffs, that means he's fine. But if he doesn't make a sound or anything, that either means they're in a deep sleep or something's really wrong with them. But you also want to make sure that they ate enough last night. If they ate their whole bowl, that means they're perfectly fine. If they didn't, if they eat only half, that kind of just gives you a sign that maybe you should tone down how much you're giving them, or kind of just make sure they're perfectly fine and healthy. Another reason why you should check up on them on the morning is making sure they're not cold. That's one thing that a lot of hedgehog owners need to know, is if your hedgehog was cold or is cold, that means there's something wrong. That means either your house is not giving off enough heat or your heat lamp is broken. One thing for sure is you should never have a cold hedgehog at all times. You should never have a cold hedgehog, because a cold hedgehog can lead to fatality. And that is a huge thing, because hedgehogs personally do not have any fat, or don't have enough fat in their bodies to keep them warm. They are known to be originating from Africa, so Africa is always hot, right? So they don't need enough fat in their bodies to keep them warm. So that is why I always check up on the mornings, making sure everything's okay, they ate well, they're not cold, and that's the first thing I do. This is my hedgehog's cage. It's pretty big, enough for him. And I also have 2 blankets. One of them is a fleece blanket, which is really good for hedgehogs. So if you ever want like a bedding or a blanket for them, always get them a fleece blanket or fleece fabric, because that's really good for them personally, for their skin and stuff. It's super soft, so that's why I have one of these. And then I have a really thick blanket, Lion King, also just to prevent the light getting into his cage, and also to keep the warm in his cage. So I lifted up his blanket just a little bit, not a lot. And as you can see, he ate a lot last night. He left a little bit, but he's good. And then for his water, he drank enough. They don't drink a lot of water, but he drank enough. He also didn't have a wheel in his cage, because I noticed that he was running way too much and causing like blisters on his feet. So I just decided to take it out for like a couple days, just to get him to be healed from his paws. Hopefully they're healed right now. But yeah, that's the reason why you don't see a wheel in there. So one thing I want to clarify is, after I just make sure that he's fine, that he's perfectly healthy, there's nothing wrong with him, I just leave him alone. I let him chill there. I let him sleep until he wants to wake up, because once again, he is nocturnal. They don't wake up during the day, and if he doesn't wake up, that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with him. That's just how he is. But my hedgehog is a very energetic hedgehog, so him waking up during the day is a pretty normal thing, Okay, so time is the afternoon, so I just heard him move a little bit, so I think that means he's awake. I'm not 100% sure, but I will double check, and if he's awake, then I will go ahead and show you guys what I do to keep him happy and energetic during the times he's awake, because a lot of the times when he's awake, he just wants to run. So I'm going to show you guys what I do to keep him active and just keep him happy and stuff. So yeah, so I just got him out, so I'm just going to show you guys real quick before he leaves. Oh no, don't leave. This is him, all woken up and everything. So I'm just going to let him run around the house. I was going to show you guys how he runs in this little hamster ball. It's not very little, it's pretty big. But it doesn't seem like he wants to get in, so I'm not going to force him, because you don't want to force a hedgehog to doing something they don't like. So yeah, I'm just gonna show you guys him. You always want to make sure that they're not going into places that they're not supposed to, because I know he loves to go in there. See, like right here, he's not supposed to. I know, you don't like that. Go ahead and run. No, not me. Go ahead and run, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just about 6 p.m. right now. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how I give Chili a bath after a long day of running around in dirt and all the marvelous things that he went through today. And I'm also going to show you guys how I clean his cage and keep things sanitary for him, because as you guys know, he does kind of roam around in his own cage, and he does his business in his cage. So you really want to keep that sanitary every single day, so no infections and no diseases come into his system when he's in it for most of the night. So yeah. As you guys can see, Chili's in his bath in warm water, though like water's not even as tall as him. It's like probably to his feet, and that's a good height. You don't want more than to his legs, because hedgehogs are not good swimmers. They're really bad at it. And yeah, another thing you want to know is when you give a hedgehog a bath, you will see, like you saw there, a feces roaming around. That's normal. They tend to go to the bathroom when they're in the pool, because when their bodies feel water, they tend to think it means to release everything. I don't know why. That's just how they are. Okay, I'm sorry about this view that you're seeing. I'm sorry you can't see Chili in the back, but I will be showing you guys how I brush them and how you guys should brush them. If you guys ever own a hedgehog or want to own a hedgehog, this is how you should brush them. Another thing about this is ooh, okay, sorry. But also be aware not to get any water or any soap in his ears or mouth or nose, because that could cause harm to them. And so let's get started. So first thing first, I'm going to put a little bit of baby shampoo that I use for him. Just like a little bit. And I'm going to run it in the water. And then I'm going to go ahead. I know. You don't like it when I pick you up. And we're going to go ahead and brush him. You want to go downwards from his head to his butt. You don't want to go the other way, just because that will make him feel really uncomfortable. As you can see, he's probably squirming around down. That's just how they are. They're always going to be uncomfortable. You just have to go through it, and you really want to go brushing through all his quills. Also, you do want to put them down a couple times, because you will see that they are distressed and anxious. So you do want to put them down, let them calm down a little bit, and then pick them right back up and just go ahead and brush. So now that he's done and giving a bath, I'm just going to go ahead and put this towel over him and just make him do the drying instead of me. I don't want to abrasively dry him off. I'm just petting him and making him do it himself. So one thing I want you guys to take from this video is how to take care of a hedgehog. If this video gave you some type of encouragement to go and get one, please do your research. Honestly, when I got my hedgehog, I literally just dived right into it without even knowing like what it looks like or how to take care of one. So please do your research. So yeah, this is probably an educational video for you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and thank you guys so much for watching.